What's up? It's Destry. Welcome back to my yard. The wildfire smoke here in Willamette Valley, Oregon, Zone 8B, has finally cleared out of the air. And you know what that means? I'm back in my yard tonight and ready to do a major overhaul of two of my garden beds, my Vego garden beds. So stick around, wait till you see the before and after. Shocking. Okay, so here is the current state of everything. Of course, I've got my Vego garden beds. I've got the kind of the sage green color here for my cut flower garden. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you've probably heard me mention them, but I'm really enjoying them. They're holding up really well, and yeah, everything's looking okay, but I think it's time to maybe trim some things back. So I will try to pop up the names of the specific seeds. I did grow everything from seed. Look at this one. Isn't that interesting how it's like a double decker? Anyway, so, but these are, obviously these are zinnias. All of these seeds came from Johnny Seed Company. These are some of the I think they're double click cosmos. If you watched my video on sowing the sunflower seeds, I have to say it was a medium success. So you can see I do have some here. They're so gorgeous. I love them so much. I'm so excited. So these are ones that do not drop pollen, and they only have one bloom. So they're not a branching sunflower at all. So these ones were the white light. So the sunflowers, just to kind of show you, I sowed them behind the Vego beds, and that was not a good plan because they just didn't get enough sun. So these right here were the only ones that germinated. So I'll link that video in the comments. I put, or in the description, I put sunflower seeds along this entire fence and none of them germinated. And I know it was because they just didn't get enough sun, because I didn't realize how vigorous this cut flower garden was really going to be. So anyway, all that to say that I am going to cut back the cosmos. I've been kind of leaving them mainly for the pollinators, really, because I haven't really been using them in cut flower arrangements. They're looking a little wild. They're too hard to deadhead at this point. So I think I'm either going to pull them all the way out, or I'm going to whack them back and just really do like a hard pruning on them and see if I can get them a little bit more under control. But honestly, if you look down here, like, see the stalk on this thing? This is a Cosmo. Look at the stalk on it. It's like a tree, and this one's all leaned over. And so yeah, I think it might be time to just pull them out and do something new. So we shall see. These are the bachelor buttons, and you can see some of them are still blooming. So same thing, the pollinators are loving them, but you can also see they're kind of fading. So there's a lot of this kind of stuff, and I kind of tried to deadhead them, but there's just so many. And then they also were all flopped over, so they're like staked up, and then so like here's ones, like this one's really spent, you can kind of see. Behind that I have some salvia, which is looking really pretty, and I like the height of it back there. So what I'm thinking on this bed is I'll just pull all the bachelor button and do something different. Oh, and then my gomphrena. So this is the gomphrena. You guys, look at the little spiral in the center of each flower. Isn't it gorgeous? I love these. I think they're going to be great for cut flowers as well, because they have sort of a papery texture to them. But anyway, you can see they're just getting like smothered out. So I'm going to be pulling all the bachelor button, getting rid of that, leaving the salvia and gomphrena, and then doing something different in between. And then over here, still going strong, I got my snaps, my snapdragons. I do need to go in and deadhead them, but I've just been deadheading them and they just keep blooming. And then this zinnia mix is, I think it was called the giant zinnia mix. I'll have to try to find the exact names. Oh, look at this bumblebee. Pollinators are so happy. I actually saw a, I'll drop a picture in the video. I saw a monarch butterfly out here the other day, guys. Like, a true monarch, not just even like a painted lady, but a true monarch butterfly. Look at the size of these, you guys. they are gorgeous. I love them. I love the color. So the zinnias, I highly recommend zinnias if you are thinking about growing some flowers, and the snapdragons have been really nice too. And then this bed is looking not that exciting, to be honest. So I cut back the feverfew pretty hard. You can kind of see here some of the areas, and some of it is fleshing back out and some of it isn't quite yet. But you know, there are still some blooms happening. And then the gladiolas, I have to say guys, I am not a huge fan. The flowers were pretty, but they didn't, I mean, I used a few of them in cut flowers, but you just get one bloom head for all of this kind of foliage. So I think that I'm going to, this fall, I'm gonna dig up these bulbs and put them someplace else. I'll either give them to someone or put them someplace else. I just don't think they were quite my favorite. They weren't my thing. And then these are, oh, you guys, I can't remember the name of these things. I know that, hold on, let me see if I can find the tag. I know it's called like the midnight something. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, scabiosa. So it's, there's my little tag. It's like disintegrating. So these are, I believe it's a midnight variety or something like that. These dark blooms, and these have been really cool. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping all, when I deadhead, I'm actually keeping all of the seed heads to kind of maybe use in a craft or something else. And then, but the blooms have been really pretty, and I've been using these in cut flower arrangements. And I just think they're gorgeous. I love the color of these. So anyway, that is the status of my cut flower garden right now. And it's time to make some changes. It's time to clean things up a little bit. So let's see what I can get done tonight. I went ahead and pulled all this out. Kind of an interesting story. I was trying to show it in the video, but these are some, I forget what they're called. They're like campanula, I think, bluebells, campanula. But some of them were still in there, and I think I've got some seeds, you guys. Some of these seed pods look like they are fully developed. So I am going to get creative and break those open and see if I have any seeds. But other than that, the gomphrena can breathe now. The salvia, I am going to deadhead a lot of these so that I get some fresh bloom. So here's a good example. You can see on either side here, there's new buds, and then this is the spent bloom. So I'm just going to come through and snip some of these back and kind of refresh those. And then I do have some cleanup to do, you know, in the bed itself, but I'm so excited. It made a lot more room for something new and something fresh. So guess who gets to go shopping for some more plants tomorrow to fill this back in? Me. All right, you can see I cut back the salvia pretty hard. This is the aftermath, which by the way, I can't pick any of this up yet because the pollinators are still like buzzing this down here. And so I'm just gonna let it be, let it hang out. The pollinators are also over here. They're a little ticked off at me that I pulled out all of their whatever that stuff was. But anyway, it looks so much better, you guys. So within a couple days, that salvia will flush new growth. The plants have room to breathe. I can put something fresh in here. The only thing I'm a little bummed about is this guy right here, just because he's kind of piddly in the border here. So what I might do is take out that gomphrena at the end and just like stick it there, just so it has like more of a consistent look. So now it's time for this situation. I've been putting this one off because I'm like, what do I do? Do I pull them out? Do I cut them back? I don't know. Let's find out. All right, guys. I chopped them. I chopped them. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna pull them out. I thought maybe they'd come back, but honestly, they're just too, you know what it is? They're too wild for this spot. I feel like they were just a little too wild. I think they'd be great in like a cottage garden feel or something where it's more like wildflowers or something, but I think it was pretty for a while, but I think I'm ready for something new. And honestly, it's probably gonna be better for these plants too, because I am noticing a little bit of stress here on the dahlias on the zinnias, which is the ones I want to keep, and it'll give the sunflowers a little bit more sun. And so, yep, I think it's time for something fresh and new. Bye bye, Cosmos. You were pretty. Goodbye. Let's see what I got done, you guys. Okay, I know it's a little sparse looking. I do realize. But here's the deal. All up in here, powdery mildew. I found a bunch of powdery mildew that was about ready to take over all of these zinnias. And so it's a really good thing that I cleaned everything up today. I removed any of the dead foliage, and I think it was because those cosmos were just so big that it was, you know, it just was getting so much shade that it was causing some powdery mildew. Can see my little sunflowers there a little better, and check this out. I found one more sunflower. It's very sad looking. There's a couple scraggly ones back there too, but anyway, and then yeah, and then this bed is looking really good. Like I said, I'm gonna replace that one there with maybe one on the end. I also have two in a different bed. I might dig one up and pop it there, but it feels so good to have this like cleaned up and fresh. And you know what? I mean, I think that's why they say gardening is, you know, you never are finished, because there's always something you can do to kind of like freshen it up and make room for something new. So I'm excited to go see what's at the garden center. I'm not going to try to sow anything from seeds at this late in the game, but I am going to want some fall color. So maybe some mums or something. I know people have mixed feelings about mums, but I didn't get a chance to deadhead over here quite yet. I will save that for tomorrow morning, but sorry, pollinators. The pollinators are a little cranky at me. In fact, I had to finally get up, and it's like 7 o'clock at night, and they're still like out here. So anyway, oh, all right, you guys, more to come on this transformation, but I'm feeling really good with what I got done this evening. So it's actually the next evening after I ripped out everything out of my Vego garden beds. Well, not everything, but a lot of things. And I went to my favorite nursery plant center today. One of my favorites. It's called Little Red Farm. And I was able to scoop up some really cool stuff. I'm super excited about what I'm going to plant up tonight. So let me turn the camera around. I'll show you what beautiful things I got to make these garden beds look so amazing. All right, friends, so you can see I already kind of laid some of these out, but I was able to grab some coneflower or echinacea. I've got a couple different kinds here, yellow and red, and I'm going to alternate. So this one is the Cheyenne Spirit, and coneflowers are perennial in my area, so it's actually going to be really nice, because then when I'm done with enjoying these after winter, I can actually, this one is the lemon yellow sombrero, and I can actually dig these up and I can put them someplace else in my yard. So I'm going to enjoy this beautiful fall color here in this bed, and I just love the way that looks. So I'm going to get those planted up tonight. And then over here, I decided to go with some sun patience. So I've got two different kinds here. This one is a bright coral, and then this is a Proven Winners varietal. So let me see if I can find the tag. This is a compact blush pink. Sorry if my camera's not, there it is. So I asked the gal at the garden center, she said these would take full sun, because this area does get a lot of sun. And then these are the coleus that I propagated. So I just rooted these up, and they've been potted on into these Proven Winners pots. So they're not all Proven Winners coleus. They're just ones that I propagated, but I'm going to pop those in the front as well, just to, you know, have that row of 3, and because I had them and I had the right quantity. So I'm going to do that here, and I think it's going to look really nice framed with my zinnias and sunflowers in the background. So enough talking, let's get to planting. got everything planted. I've actually never grown sun patience before, but here they are. They're looking a little sad because I just, kind of roughhoused them by planting them and then watered them in. The coleus, I don't know if I have like super high hopes for the coleus, but I'm hoping it will bounce back and root in and look great there. And then, yeah, I think it definitely added some interest to this bed. And then over here, this is probably my favorite. I can't believe that all that gomphrena, like you couldn't even see the white flowers. They were just buried by all the stuff that was there. And now the salvia in the back will reflush out and bloom back out with the purple. The pollinators are going to be super happy about these coneflowers. And if you leave the buds on them and just let them dry, the seeds are great for birds as well. So I'm planning to just leave them alone for the fall so that the birdies can enjoy them. So pretty happy with how these turned out. Again, I'm kind of hoping the sun patients will like perk up a little bit and maybe fill in. We shall see. So anyway, got a lot done. Well, that's going to be it for this project tonight, Yardeners. I hope that you enjoyed watching that transformation. And I would encourage you, if you have an area in your yard or garden that's looking a little tired, go ahead and replace those plants. Get something new and fresh in there. We still have plenty of days of the season before first frosts hit for most areas. And so don't be afraid to change things up in your yard. If you liked the video, please give it a subscribe and a thumbs up and share it with a friend. It would mean so much to me. And I hope you're able to go get in your yard tonight. It's a really fun place to be. I'll see you guys later. Bye.